Hello everyone and welcome back guys to week 3 of the Vision Gaming Network Lotus 211 Cup, where today we're here at Maple Valley. Now a little bit of a quick one before we move into this one. Currently you guys are looking at the points after the opening 2 weeks, obviously the opening 6 rounds of this series. And it's safe to say, down in P7, it has not been a good start to the season for myself so far. You know, coming into this one we desperately needed a good result. What's that? 56 points back from Foxy and, well, Martin as well there. So coming into this one, you know, we really needed some good points. Sadly, there's no highlights from last week. I was going to stream it, but then sort of thought I wasn't feeling too well, so I didn't think about doing it in the end, and then I completely forgot to record it as well. But I did, you know, it was an okay. I had a good race 1, and unfortunately DC'd in race 2, and then had a bit of a recovery drive in race 3, which, yeah, means I am currently P7 overall. But coming into Maple Valley, yeah, we really needed a good, solid result, because ultimately I wasn't feeling too confident with myself at the moment. You know, the first couple of weeks, you know, first time back on Forza in New Year, I really, you know, after a couple of weak results, felt like I was struggling a bit. So coming into this one, desperately needed, you know, a bit of a motivational pickup and everything like that as well. Obviously, especially as, you know, I want to try and defend my Aussie V8 crown from a few months back. And obviously, especially with how strong the grid is now, you know, we've got some very quick people in here. You know, Martin, Foxy, Wookie, and all Flex, and obviously everyone like that, even my mate EVR, well, AMS Taylor now I should say. But yeah, looking forward to this one then. Let's move on into the opening race of the night then. Obviously the format, you know, standard 3 rounds. Opening round is qualifying. Obviously qualified decides grid. Round 2 is obviously reverse top 10, and then race 3 is obviously reverse full grid. So a lot of opportunities for overtaking, and obviously a lot of opportunities for it to all go horribly wrong, which it has done so far this season. So obviously, hopefully, as we come into this one, we can finally start to take some points out of the gap at the top. You know, ideally we need to be bringing down 15 points a week, but ultimately, you know, we want to try and bring out, you know, sort of a good 20-25 in this week's race, and really sort of bring that gap down to a closable distance once more. Sadly, qualifying, I only started P2, ready for the race. DMK Sticks was absolutely rapid around here, so obviously it was important that we tried to get past him as early as possible, you know, because there's a lot of points on the line. Obviously 100 points theoretically you could get if obviously you got pole and won all 3 races here tonight. So we'll see, hopefully, as we come up towards turn 2, that we just don't get the car up the inside there, and unfortunately we do make a tiny bit of contact there. Unfortunately, Squeeze Sticks out wide there, and yeah, it was a little bit aggressive by myself. I do apologise, you know, we were all sort of fairly okay after that one there. I actually didn't realise at the time, and I think Sticks said as well, he didn't feel any contact from that one. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate there, but you know, we do move ourselves up into the lead of the race there, which is obviously absolutely critical of the start. So yeah, really happy with that one here as we come now down in towards the end of Sector 2, a bit of a crossover part of this circuit. Maple Valley, it's a track that, I kid you not, I have never league raced around here. I've only ever done FRC time trials, sweat. I'd never once raced this track, you know, online in hoppers or anything like that. I don't think I've even touched hoppers on Forza Motorsport 7. So yeah, I was not feeling 100%, you know, around at this circuit there. Sticks, though, would make a mistake on the end of lap 7, which would give me quite a comfortable lead at the top of the race there, and that would give Wookie and Flex P2 and P3. But ultimately for me, it would be the W in the opening round of the night. They're really happy with that one. Finally, you know, had a bit more confidence from that first race of the evening. We weren't the quickest in qualifying, but I certainly felt like I probably had the most consistency. You know, overall my setups, the way I've built them so far this season, have been a bit more, you know, probably a little bit slower theoretically on 1 lap pace, but you know, just that bit more consistent, trying to get, you know, good lap after lap pace, and obviously smoothness out of them as well. So that'd be the win in race 1 of the evening there. I had a Wookie and Flex, obviously 2 guys that are still ahead of me overall, and now that would mean going into race 2, obviously we would have the reverse grid, as you can see. Ready then on the start, the 5 lights are now out, and it is green light racing here once again. Hopefully we can try and get past Wookie and Flex nice and early, as well as Foxy. He would actually start up in P2 for this one. Unfortunate opening qualifying and race tonight there. Well, as we come up the hill past turn 1, then Wookie, we'd already be able to get past him, but Freebie gets a slow run, and we have to just box him in behind those. We cut to the top of the hill, that almost made contact with Flex just in front of me, excuse me there. As you can see, all Sticks makes a big mistake that runs right to the side of Rally Cap there, and unfortunately put himself out in towards the tire wall there. We'd be able to get up the inside of Flex, and no, we can't get up the inside of Rally as well there. Unfortunately, just run a little bit wide there down the hill, squeeze Flex out a little bit wider than we probably would like there. Get a good run on Rally Cap though. We're going to be up the inside, a little bit of contact maybe between the pair of us, he'd still try to take the apex there whilst I was on the inside. You can see Flex now back up the inside. He goes there, but we would get back up the inside once more here through the next part of the corner there. I think we've got AMS Taylor as well, my teammate, trying to go up the inside of it. It all gets stuck together there between myself and Ben. He'd go back down the inside there, but we'd swing it right around the outside of him. Flex would run deep through the corner, and safe to say, these races are quite action-packed overall. I think, to be honest, I am probably going to stick to making these into highlight packages over streaming, because ultimately Forza servers aren't stable enough still, and to be honest, I think, you know, cutting it down, there's a lot of action in these races, so I think it's only fair that I edit out all the little fluff bits on the side there. LAR missing makes a big mistake through the final couple of corners of the lap there, and that will now move us up into P4, so P10 to P4 in the opening lap here. Certainly one of my better starts in this series. I can see Foxy Martin and I think that was Vision Thing having quite a big battle at the front of the field here as we come out of the final corner. That was one place where I felt really, really strong over a lot of people there. A lot of people were actually running wide, you know, clipping the outside wall there and costing themselves a huge amount of time. There's Foxy actually up the hill, gets a huge sim twitch. Not too sure why he's running sim steering in this car. That was a risk I certainly was not willing to take for this series there. Unfortunately, that's going to put him out into the wall there, so not the ideal second race of the night for Foxy there. Martin, you can see just in front of me here as we come in towards the next couple of corners here. Having a very, very good, quiet season so far from GTR Martin. You know, he had good pace in the opening couple of rounds there, as well as, you know, he's kept the nose clean so far this series, hence why he's right towards the top of the field here. But, you know, where it's P3, hopefully we can try and make that P2 in the next couple of corners there. We get up the inside of Martin there now with GTR there. Can we swing it right around the outside of him through the next couple of corners there? He does try to slam the door shut there. Runs a bit wide, actually, over the grass. So we're going to be able to get the switchback move up the inside in towards the next corner there. And he's going to try and swing it right around the outside. Can he make it work? That we get pretty much even runs out of the next corner there. It's pretty much neck and neck. See the gap now between 2 and 0 feet as we come down this little flat out bit, the fastest part of this circuit there. Martin, though, on the outside, he breaks it a little bit early there. We cut across the front of him there, obviously trying to take the race in line there. He tries to get the switchback move, but runs wide there, hits the barrier, and actually come flinging right back across the circuit there. We unfortunately make a big mistake ourselves as well there. Unfortunately, run right out into the gravel there, which unfortunately drops us all the way back down to P7. So even more overtakes need to be made in this race, which is certainly not ideal and not what I would have wanted in this race. You can see a couple of laps later, though, Freebie would make a mistake, which means we were able to get back up the inside of him in through the final couple of corners there. He would try and go for the switch back move here. You know, we try and just slam the door shut. He does get the nose up the inside of it and bails out of it just a little bit later through the corner there, and that's just going to move us back up into P6 of this race here, onto the end of lap 5. You can see we're now closing up to the rear of Wookie once more here as we come down in towards the final couple of corners of this lap. This corner was one that a lot of people were really struggling there, and RyCX would unfortunately make the mistake and go out into the wall there. Very unfortunate for him there, but that will move myself back up into P5 of this race there. Flex and Taylor, you can see, having a bit of a battle a bit up the road here. And, you know, Ben so far this season, that's actually ahead of me on points. No, just goes to show, well, I mean, he's had a few issues himself as well this season, so certainly has not been going well for either of us so far in this series there. But now on to lap 6, we were slowly but surely closing up to the back of all of these guys here. A big five-way battle towards the front of the field there. Wookie, we get a huge moment out of the corner there. No idea how he saved that. Hats off to him, I said that in the party as well. That was a mad save by Wookie, but we will be able to get right around the outside of him in towards the next couple of corners there. But are we going to be able to defend the inside? He does try to send it up the inside, but thinks better of it on the exit of the corner there, and that's us now up into P4 here. Lap 7. Excuse me, we're now close to the back of my teammate AMS Taylor here as we come in through turn 1 there. He'd actually take a lot of curb there, ruin his run up the hill, and we would be able to get the nose up the inside. We would warn him as we came into the corner there. He tried to turn in, but we would just be able to hold it flat out the inside there. And yeah, that's us now back up into P3 of this race here. Just Flex and Vision Thing just in front of me now at this stage of the day. So obviously, hopefully we can try and get past both of these guys here. Flex still probably, in my opinion, looking the strongest one in this title there, as Ben accidentally runs to the back of me there. Nearly takes us both out of this race. But yeah, I'd say at this point of the season, Flex probably, you know, was the quickest guy. I think he really had some very good setups, as well as, you know, overall just being quite quick in these cars here. They sort of suit his style quite nicely. Personally, it's been a bit interesting. You know, personally, I feel like I've struggled with these cars, but, you know, trying to learn to tune as well has certainly not helped me here as we come out onto the end of lap 8 here, up the inside of Flex in towards the final couple of corners of this lap here. He will be able to swing it right around the outside, and we get a much better run on the exit of the corner here. And now Flex will be trying to defend the inside down this back straight here. We bait to the inside once and then move back to the outside. It's just, you know, make him think what's Matt going to try and do there. And as we come in towards the next couple of corners there, that's what Flex would do. Run a little bit too deep there. We just don't get the nose up the inside there. Run a little bit wide on the grass on the exit there, but in towards the final couple of corners. Flex, though, he will be able to get it back up the inside here. We try and go late on the apex there, but Flex would just be able to get the nose up the inside there. We did think about trying to swing it back around the outside there, but, you know, it's Flex. It's not really a risk you probably want to take overall. You know, it's all fun and games, but he has a little bit of a reputation in VGN so far over the last couple of series that I've done with him. Up towards turn 2 once more there. You can see we're almost just pushing him through the corners here, but in towards this horrible chicane there. Flex would just break a little bit early there. We make a tiny bit of contact, but Flex, unfortunately, would have already made the critical mistake there and then run completely deep, almost taking both Wookie and myself out there, and we would now move ourselves up into P2 of this race here. Just vision thing now ahead of me at this stage. You can see we're just halfway through this race. With a couple of laps later, vision would make just a little bit of a mistake there, which means in towards the final couple of corners we'll be able to go right around the outside of him through the final long left-hander here. Are we going to be able to make it work? No, Vision actually gets the nose back up the inside here, but he just runs a little bit deep and makes a little bit of a wheel spin through the final corner there. So we're going to be side by side in towards turn 1 here. It's going to be a drag race of the hill. Are we going to be able to keep it clean now? I try to not take too much curve there. It's still side by side. I have to bail out the throttle ever so slightly. Just going to give Vision a bit of a run here, but still side by side there. I lose the back end as we reach the top of the hill there. Vision will be able to hold it right back around the outside here, but in towards the next couple of corners, getting a little bit of a tank slapper there. But now we're going to try and go for a switchback move through down towards the, well, in towards the downhill here. We can see we just get caught out over where the car goes light there. Squeeze Matt a little bit wider than I was really intending to there, but we do get the move done up the inside and now up into the lead of race 2 of the evening here. So really quite happy with this one so far here, down in towards the next couple of corners of this lap period. Yeah, we would now be able to hold on. Oh, that's close, but we do hold on, yeah, to the lead of this race here. And by the end, though, of the race, obviously, it would be fairly plain sailing from there through the final couple of corners. And yeah, it would be back-to-back wins here in VGN. I think it's the first time. No, it might not be the first time I think anyone's done it so far this season, but it's certainly, you know, I don't know, off the top of my head, I think it was, but I can't quite recall 100% here. So that moves us on then into race 3 of the night, and you can see at the start of the grid, obviously starting right now down in P14 here. Foxy, unfortunately, wouldn't start this one and missing a DC'd in the second race even, I should say, as well here, which means he would be starting towards the, well, at the rear of the field here, in towards Tawane here, around the outside of a Vision thing. We think better of it there. Wookie, unfortunately, would just get caught out on the grass and would plummet down to the rear of the field here, in towards turn 2, and I just go a little bit too brave there, make a little bit of contact with Vision and Flex there, a little bit aggressive by myself, almost a big pile up through turn 2 there. Sticks once again, though, we get all loose and completely take me out with him into the tire wall there. No idea. Sticks, you know, have the car completely wrote off there. I come away with absolutely nothing in terms of damage. A huge amount of time lost, but nothing on the damage there. So a little bit fortunate for myself there, but unlucky for Sticks. You know, he was already going, and unfortunately just wrong place at the wrong time for myself there. But yeah, that would mean we'd be back down to P14 with once again a huge fight on my hands to try and climb our way back up through the order here as we come down in towards the second sector of the lap, in towards the loop. You can see Tigaboo just in front of me here, and he was having a few issues as well. I think he might have picked up a little bit of damage, so we do get up the inside of him as well there. And now up into P12 on the end of lap 2 here. You can see in towards the final couple of corners, trying to close back up to the rest of the field here. You can see we're getting close to the back of Rally Cap in towards the final couple of corners. There is a huge amount of battling going on just in front of us here, in through the final corner. Can I try and get the late apex? Yes, I can. There up the inside of Rally Cap. You really don't want to hit the curbs through the final couple of corners there. It really does lose you a whole host of time there. And now onto lap 3, we're back up into P11 here. ATP freebie makes a bit of a mistake as we come up the hill here, all on the grass, and we're just gaining. Are we going to be able to do anything? Yes, we do. Lift off a little bit through the corner there. We do get the switchback move on a freebie there. Take a lot of curb through the next corner there, but get the car parked in front of him there. And are we going to be able to now get at the inside of Vision thing? No, we don't. We just get chopped to the inside here. We're going to try and keep it nicely tidy on the apex there, but freebie up the inside he goes there. We're going to be 3 wide coming down the hill here, and I'm going to bail out of this one nice and early, because I did not want to be 3 wide there. Freebie and Missing there, both making a little bit of contact down the hill here. Now we're going to try and swing it around the outside of Freebie there. Yuga Fishdog, unfortunately, gets caught out on the outside there, and that would drop him down towards the rear of the field here. But we're now up into P10 here. I'll be able to get the move on Freebie done, though. Nice and early on the brakes. That means we're going to be able to get nice and early on the power on the exit, and yet we are certainly going to be able to try and get a good run on a Freebie here, down in towards the final couple of corners of this lap, side by side. Who's going to come out on top in through these final couple of turns? Oh, a little bit of contact actually is Freebie and myself just over the jump. Both get a little bit light and crash into each other's path there, and that will move us back up into P9 of this race here. Now all over the back of LER, Missing once more here. Are we going to be able to get any sort of run through the final couple of corners once more here? We do get the car nice and close to the apex without hitting it now, and that's going to give us a good tidy run out of the final corner there. You can see we're already starting to close up to Missing here as we come in towards turn 1 here. Are we going to be able to get any sort of run up the hill? We take a lot of curb there, somehow actually don't get auto spammed by that one there, so quite lucky and fortunate with that one. Up to the top of the hill there, you can see Missing is running a little bit wide there, and we're now going to be able to get a good run through this cane. They're Missing just a little bit too quick on the way in there. It's going to run very, very deep there and unfortunately drop the rear of the car here. Wookie now next up on the old hit list here as we come down the hill once more here and onto the end of lap 4 here. Vision Thing make a little bit of a mistake out of the final corner there, and that's going to give Wookie the run out down onto lap 5 of this race. Already at the halfway stage of this final race of the evening there. Wookie and Vision go side by side through turn 1 there. Great race and respect between the pair of them. Wookie runs a little bit wide on the grass on the exit there, and that's going to give us an opportunity. Up the inside we go. Yes, we can there. And that's us now up into P7 of this race. Hopefully we can try and make it P6 quite soon there. 1 lap later, you can see we're now closing it to the rear of Vision, and I think, is it RyCX? I think it is RyCX at the top of the hill. But no, it's not. It's VGN Lesbian Goose here as we get to the top of the hill once more here. Trying to take a lot of curb through this cane, maybe even a little bit of grass there. We get a good run though on the exit, and now unfortunately we just cannot make any sort of move work on Vision just yet. Yes, we can. We get up the inside of Vision Thing there, trying to take a nice tidy apex there. We're getting a good run down the hill here, past Vision Thing, maybe past Lesbian Goose as well here, down the hill. Yes, we do, right around the outside of Lesbian Goose we go there. We're going to be able to get to the apex just in front there, and he thinks better rather than diving it up the inside. No, wait, he does send it back up the inside there. We're going to be able to get earlier on the power on the exit there, and that's just going to give us up into P5 of this race here. And yeah, that's gone quite well for myself, just about getting around the outside of Goose as we come up towards the top of the hill there. Lap 7 now, and you can see RyCX makes a big mistake at the top of the hill there, but that's going to bring me back up to RSR Flex as well here at the top of the hill. Now dropping it down off the camber corner there, and you see coming down in towards the bottom of the hill here, and hopefully we can try and close up to Flex here, because 3 races ahead of him would be really, really ideal in the championship for myself as we come in through the next couple of corners. Just trying to close up that gap, and it would take us all the way to the end of lap 8 here before we'd really be able to mount any sort of challenge there. And Flex, once again, we just run a bit too deep in through that double right-hander there, and that will move ourselves up into P3 here at the end of the day there. So yeah, really, really happy with that one there. Once again, a bit of a fight back in the final race of the night there, and ultimately it would finish off in P3 there at the end of the day there. GTR Martin would come through for the race victory there. Fantastic job by him in the final race of the night there. And, that's one of the reasons, he's always able to pick up the points when they do come his direction there. Through the final corner, it's going to be P2 on the grid, P1 in race 1, P1 in race 2, and then P3 in race 3 then. 90 out of a possible 100 points at the end of the day. They're really, really happy with that one. So as you can see then, having a look at the final standings then, Martin now leads the way on 200 points there ahead of Wookie on 190, Flex on 186, and then myself on 184, though with Foxy dropping from first all the way down to P5 at the end of the day there. But unfortunately, Flex will not be able to make the rest of the season. A little bit, gutted about that because we were having a good battle so far this season there. But yeah, that was the motivation I really, really needed, and I'm really, really excited for next week where we head to Suzuka here. But yeah, hopefully now only 16 points back in the World Championship, we can try and gain up even more points towards the top of the standings and try and defend my title there. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you get yourself subscribed if you're new around here as well, and hopefully I will see you guys next time for a brand new video.